Okie doke. Hello. The new chat thing in, and I need to test it first to see if it's working. Sorry, this may swing back and forth. God damn. Pinball machine, but do. Yes. No, that showed up. Up in... Of course it showed up now, that's where I fucking typed it. Did it show up in... No. Shit. Well... Am I frozen? No. Just... delayed. How annoying. Why did you not show up in frigging YouTube chat? Well, I got to the Vila shows up there. Shows up on the main one. Doesn't fucking transfer to Twitch. What do you not? Twitch. Why are you not showing up there either? That's annoying. There you are. Oh, I do not like that. Why are you not fucking sending to each other? Counts it. Oh well. Now it's important that I can see everything. I will figure out why the fuck that's not working later. At least it works for now. Actually see both at once again. continue this.
Is the defense ready to proceed?
You bet. Bring it on, Big G.
The prosecution has already been... The prosecution has been ready for some time.
The original attorney in this case, Rosie Ringer, was murdered. While the original prosecutor, Eustace Winner, has disappeared. So Fender and Francesca have taken over in their places.
Very well. Let me begin by apologizing for the delayed start to these proceedings. The crime we are here to adjudicate took place in a prison, an institute of the judiciary. What's more, the fact that the defendant was the warden of said prison carries grave implications. Those two factors combined caused pre-trial preparations to take more time than usual. And then the unfortunate passing of the attorney in charge, Miss Rosie Ringer, delayed the trial yet further. But now we are ready to begin at last. Miss Defender, Miss Von Karma, the court thanks you both for stepping in at such short notice.
No sweat. Rosie was your pal, right? And this was her last case. Couldn't exactly say no, could I? You'll have to bear with me though, gang. Didn't exactly get a ton of time to read the paperwork. How about you, Fran? Everything cool over on your side?
It's hardly ideal for the prosecutor in charge of the case to have run off and abandoned it. But justice can't sit around waiting for him to grow a spine. The evidence has just been handed to me, so yes, I'm ready. Thank you both. Very well. Bring the accused, Miss Fifi Lagarde, to the stand. I invite the prosecution to make its opening statement. Alright, the accused was... Let me stop you right there, darling. What is it, Miss Lagarde? Oh, I was just wondering if you could tell me something. That's something being why on earth I'm here. Perhaps the opening statements will clarify that for you. But will they, dear, really? Fine, carry on if you must. I fully intend to, if you can stay quiet for one moment. The murder in question happened at the prison where Miss Lagarde worked as a warden. The victim, one Bronco Knight, was being held in the detention center. But the prosecution's case will show that Miss Lagarde took him from the holding cells and murdered him. And she did so with this knife. Huh? Is something the matter, Miss Von Karma? How can that... No, the evidence.
What gives, Fran? Everything okay?
The murder weapon is not here. Neither is Buddy Harmakarnas' chisel.
Say it ain't so!
Silence! Silence! Miss Von Karma, explain yourself. I wish I could, Your Honor. No murder weapon, huh? Then exactly what are we all doing here? Really, darling, you shouldn't volunteer to prosecute a case if you can't even keep the evidence safe. I can only work with what the previous prosecutor gave me.
Little boy winner strikes again. Hey, G.
What is it, Miss Defender?
Guess we know where this is going, huh? Let's kick this one down the road a little further, shall we?
Overruled.
The court hereby denies the defense's request.
What? Don't be like that. What's the dealio?
He's absolutely right, of course. We simply can't have any more delays. Let's get on and show everybody how wonderfully innocent I am, shall we?
Objection!
Innocent? I'll thank you to take this seriously.
Too many freaking accents here.
Oh, but I am, darling. And you don't have any evidence. You just said so yourself. In the courtroom, evidence is everything. Haven't I heard that somewhere before? And without any, you can't charge me with anything, isn't that right, Verity, darling? It is. What? What? Without the items in question, the prosecution's case against the defendant cannot proceed. As such, this court hereby declares the accused, Fifi Lagarde, not guilt.
Objection!
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold the phone there, hasty pants. You can't go dropping a verdict just like that.
Forgive me, but why is the defense objecting to its client being acquitted?
Don't be cute, kiddo. You know as well as I do that little Miss Warden over there is guilty as all heck. And as for the murder weapon, you were right there when we found it.
Miss Defender, it is incumbent upon this court to see that fair judgment is afforded to all. And as the instrument of the court, I cannot allow my experiences or opinions to interfere with my work. You must think of the Judge Gavel who was present when the murder weapon was found, and the Judge Gavel you see before you in the courtroom today as two entirely different people.
Gee, you're killing me here.
I have no choice but to pass judgment based on the evidence available.
Objection!
And we have that evidence, just not here. Give me some time, just a little. I'll find it, I swear to you. The prosecution hereby requests a recess.
Oh, yeah, the defense does that too. Come on, Your Honor, don't do us like this.
Very well, the court accepts the request. Really, Verity, you won't help anybody bow under pressure like that, you know. There will be a 15-minute recess. I suggest that both the prosecution and the defense use the time well. Understood.
You sleep by the bell, huh?
Very well. We will reconvene in 15 minutes.
I should probably click it. Whatever.
We did totally find that knife, didn't we, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, of course we did. What? What's the matter, detective? What's the matter, detective, sir? It's reacting to the alligator.
What? How?
The metal detector was reacting to something inside her after all. Your Honor, I'd like to remind you of this piece of evidence.
The chisel. Didn't we just figure out that isn't the murder weapon?
You might recall that Mr. Canis had hid his chisel in his dog's mouth. Would you believe that the real murder weapon was hidden in much the same way? That's right. The murder weapon is hidden inside the alligator in that pond over there.
So, did somebody steal it or what?
Mr. Edgeworth! Oh. Which one that was? Miss Berry, Mr. Saint, are you here to watch a trial?
Yes, we heard it was going to be a real fun show. Do you know where we need to go?
Yeah, it's the trial for the case I was nearly convicted for. Should be starting any minute now. We were late because of practice, but it's somewhere around here, right?
Simeon, there's kind of a problem. They lost some evidence, the knife and the chisel. So they called a recess and kicked us all out of the courtroom. What? But, no, they can't. They're not going to arrest you again, are they?
Don't say that. No.
Gee, I forgot how easy it was to upset you. he embarrassed me like that.
Speaking of easy to upset. Francina, Frandarella. Chill, okay? Just chill. Come on, put the whip away. That's it. That's it.
That idiot of a so-called prosecutor. I'll find him and I'll make him eat whip for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Master, you gotta calm her down. Kid's gone cuckoo. Guess I'd better at least try.
Oh, it's you. Good morning, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor.
Francesca?
You shouldn't be here, you know. You're not in the right line of work anymore. You should be at home planning whatever it is you mean to do with the rest of your life.
What are you going to do, Francesca? You only have 15 minutes.
Don't you think I know that? Wipe that infuriatingly reasonable look off your face. You're like a news anchor calmly reading the news or something. It's utterly exasperating.
Probably better that I don't rise to that. I never imagined you would be the one prosecuting this case, Francesca.
Nor did I, but what a case. The murder of a presidential bodyguard. And by the warden of a prison, no less. The murder weapon was probably entered into evidence and everything.
And yet, when you went to present the knife to the court, it wasn't there.
Imbecile! Not only did he abandon his case, he made me look like a total fool. The next time I see the little coward, I'll whip him into shape if it's the last thing I do.
You go ahead and do that, but quit taking it out on the people around him. Okay, Meister. So you got the old memory back, huh?
Sure did. I'm me again.
Had me worry 6 ways till Sunday. Not that all the K wasn't a blast, too. Anyway, welcome back, kiddo. Bring it in.
No. You need to be thinking about this trial right now, okay?
Yeah, I guess things did go pretty pear-shaped in there, huh? We need to dig up this missing evidence lickety-split. But we can't count on them putting the trial on hold much longer. Yeah, it's a stumper, alright. Only some kind soul would offer to go find it for us. That's an unexpected look if I ever saw one. Can't help but notice you still haven't asked for your prosecutor's badge back, Bucko. Finally decided to come walk the path of righteousness with me and your old man, huh? The committee has my badge. That much is true, but I haven't given it up just yet. I'm still not ready to walk in my father's footsteps. No? Well, it's not like there's a deadline. You do you for as long as you need. The old family office will be waiting to welcome you with open arms when you're done. Thank you, Fender. Yeah, if only somebody would go sniff out that evidence for us. Fine, we'll do it. Way to go, Miles'o. You sure? I'll do what I can, but that might not be much in 15 minutes. Rand and me will buy you as much time as we can, okay? You won't be banging that hammer of ours until you've made it back with the goods, I promise. Thank you. I'll be counting on you, Fender. And you, Francesca. How does that sound?
What makes you think I'd accept your help? How about some advice instead, that you seriously consider a new career as a news anchor?
Come on, friend. Clocks are tick-tock. Clocks are tick-tocking here. Time to step up to the plate.
Alright. Fine. We will stall the trial for as long as we can. But you'd better get your ex-prosecutor behind in gear. You know I quite like having you run errands for me. Maybe that could be your new career instead.
I'm glad you're on board.
Hey, I can help too. Don't want to be arrested again. Oh, this sounds fun. Can I play?
Alright, that will be very helpful of you both. Very well, where shall we begin?
I think we need to go speak to a certain somebody, don't you?
Who will I need to speak to in order to find out where the evidence went? Eustace.
Take that!
That's right, the supposed custodian of the evidence in question, Eustace Winner.
Oh, the new prosecutor guy? Okay, we're on it.
Thank you, Mr. Saint. Alrighty then. Think we better huddle and talk tactics, huh, friend? Just the two of... Yow!
Don't keep me waiting, Miles Edgeworth.
I'll try not to. We'll be back as soon as we can. Oh, Franny Poo, wait up now. Alright, we need to find Mr. Winner and fast.
Whoa.
Judge Cavill.
Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. A pleasure, as always. Pleasure? Was it a pleasure? What was all that about just now?
Okay, stop it.
But Judge Cavill knows that horrible woman is a killer. Why the heck would she? Evidence is the only language that the goddess of justice understands. My own personal thoughts and feelings do not come into it.
Is this all Judge Verity Gavel is?
You may believe my way of thinking to be heartless, but it is my way.
To be this hard and unforgiving? There's something I'd like to ask you if you don't mind.
Please, go ahead.
What were you doing on the roof of the big building 2 nights ago?
The roof?
You met the president up there, didn't you? We've seen security footage of the two of you.
And is there something wrong with that?
Only that his body was discovered this morning, right next to the very same building.
What?
I think you understand what I'm getting at. You're considered a suspect. What happened between the two of you?
Nothing. We simply talked for a few minutes. And when we were done, I left. I took the elevator back downstairs alone.
That much we know to be true. As I said, we've seen the footage. And what business did you have with the leader of a foreign power?
I'm not at liberty to say.
I see. Well, I'm not at liberty to leave until I have answers. In which case, there's only one thing for it. She's hiding something, and I have to get it out of her.
It's gonna be mind chess, isn't it?
Judge Gavel met the president of Zhangfa the night before last.
Yes, I admit it. We met on the roof of the big building. It was simply to discuss professional matters. Matters that I'm not obliged to discuss with you.
I'm clearly going to have to work hard to get past her professional defenses. She puts up too impregnable a facade. I'll probably be better off biding my time. I should start by asking what she met the president to talk about. Perhaps you could begin by telling us what you met with President Wang to discuss.
As I told you, professional matters. Professional matters which I do not intend to share with you. I'm so glad you understand.
I must say, you're a very busy woman. A judge, a committee member, an occasional aide to us in the field even.
Thank you. I take my professional duties very seriously.
And do those duties include meeting with foreign dignitaries?
Yes, of course, from time to time. The law is my life. Nothing I do falls outside the scope of my duties.
You returned Kay's promise notebook to us just this morning. Surely you can't claim that that fell within the scope of your duties.
I'm not yet a perfect servant of the law. That much is true.
No, you are a human being, and that was an act of simple human kindness. You have feelings, Judge Gambit, and you are allowed to have them. About the President's death, too.
I can still hardly believe it. If I might ask, how did he die?
He was crushed to death by the head of a monster known as the Pterosaurus. Forgive me, I should probably explain.
Is that true? He died on the set of the movie?
He did. Interesting that you should even know what a Pterosaurus is.
Oh, I imagine I must have heard about it from Eustace. Something about them shooting a movie somewhere near the big building.
She isn't fooling anybody. She's clearly very upset about something. She mentioned Mr. Winner, who seems to have disappeared, along with some vital evidence. Perhaps if she won't tell us what she discussed with the President, we should try to find out what else she might be hiding. We're clearly getting under her skin. I need to dig further. Francesca stepped in to take Mr. Winner's place in the trial. But how was she supposed to prosecute the case if he never handed over all the evidence?
My interest is solely in ensuring that a trial proceed fairly once it has begun. And if, once it has, vital evidence cannot be presented, it should surprise no one if the accused goes free. I am a judge, a servant of the law. My personal thoughts and feelings do not come into it.
You have no personal feelings when it comes to Mr. Winner's disappearance.
Of course I do. I worry about him terribly too.
Wait, two? Does that mean there's somebody else you're worried about as well? I imagine their identity might explain your strangely agitated state.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am a servant of the law, and my feelings are immaterial.
I'm gonna do this every single fucking time. We are all servants of the law, all of us who stand in the courtroom. But we're not superhuman. You, me, everybody else. We're just people underneath it all. Much as we'd like to bury our feelings and remain impartial, that simply isn't possible.
You are right, of course. I'm in no fit state to offer impartial judgment.
Please, Judge Gambit, just tell us the truth. What's going on?
I'm... What do I do? What do I do?
I've never seen her lose her composure like this. I should ask her who this person is she is so worried about. Her professional mask is finally beginning to slip. Perhaps now I can get to the human being underneath. Judge Gill, who are you so worried about? And where are they?
My apologies, but I simply cannot tell you that.
I need a clue if I'm going to pursue this line of questioning further. I should try another tack for now. The person you're so worried about, is it Mr. Winner?
He has not been seen since he discovered the truth about his father. Of course I am worried about him, but this could also be a valuable test for him.
Finally, multiple things.
He chose to disappear, and he can choose to reappear.
And the other person you're worried about can't?
That's not something I'm at liberty to talk about. I don't know what might happen to that poor child if I did.
That poor child? Who are you talking about?
Nobody. Please. It was nothing. Ignore it.
Judging by the look on her face, I definitely shouldn't. I think that might prove to be a valuable clue. So this poor child is missing, and you're desperate to find them. And since you say child, I suppose we're right in assuming that this person is a minor.
I can't answer, and I won't. It's no bearing whatsoever on the murder of the president.
I need a clue if I'm going to pursue this line of questioning any further. Fine. This person you're so worried about, is it Tarurosaurus?
I really don't have time for jokes, Mr. Edgeworth.
Not a joke. When I told you how the president was killed, you seemed surprised when I mentioned that he was crushed by Tarurosaurus.
That was simply shock at learning how he died. And where? A half-built film set on an empty lot.
I really wish I wasn't fucking time of it. It sounds as if something about where he died is particularly troubling to you.
No, that's not true at all. It's just... film sets are places where dreams are made, and instead a great man met his end there. We only hope that the utmost care is taken when the news is shared with the cast and crew.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid the cast and crew already know. We met two of them at the scene, a crew member and a young actor, Sean Fenn.
No, why? Why did this have to happen?
Something about the Tyrannosaurus connection really seems to be upsetting her. I think that might prove to be a valuable clue. You seem to get very sensitive every time I mention Tyrannosaurus. The poor child you mentioned has something to do with the movie, don't they?
How did you...
You're usually so cool and collected. Your discomfort told me everything I needed to know. Who is this poor child? You have to tell us.
Very well. You figured out so much already. I might as well tell you the truth. The person I am so worried about, the person I am so desperate to find, is Sean Fenn.
Sean? But why?
That is more than I can allow you to know.
Judge Gavel, you said you would tell us the truth. And if you don't give it up voluntarily, we will have to force it from you. I'm afraid you're just going to have to accept that. I need to get her to tell me why she's so desperate to find Sean. Are you a fan of Sean's, perhaps?
Am I? Yes. Yes, I am. I'm an ardent admirer of the work of Sean Fenn, child actor extraordinaire.
This goddamn film. Don't lie to me. I'll expose you in the end. That is not gonna work, is it? Since I already knew it was his first film, it wouldn't...
I heard that he was filming near the big building. I made it my business to learn where the set was and some other important details.
I see. I suppose that makes sense as a fan. You'd want to know such things. Imagine you would also have tried to learn when he was supposed to be on set.
Yes, of course. He said he would be filming there all day today.
You make it sound like you heard that from Sean himself. I don't think he'd be sharing his schedule with a mere fan, do you?
No, I misspoke. Ignore me.
Every slip of the tongue she makes seems to be to do with Sean. Now we know she's spoken with him. That's an important clue. Do you know Sean personally?
He is famous. I doubt there are many people who do not know him.
I certainly didn't until today.
Then you clearly need to be better informed. Perhaps I could teach you a few things. There is almost nothing I don't know about him. Forgive me. I allow myself to get a little carried away.
That seems to happen quite a bit when the subject of Sean comes up.
Look, I do not know him personally. I simply know a lot about him.
Time to deploy my clue. I can understand you being worried about Sean, but you seem a little too worried. Did you imply before that you had spoken to him? Which must surely mean that you knew him personally.
How did I give away so much?
So the two of you are acquainted. This is surely an important clue. We're trying to find Sean too. Do you have any idea where he might be?
Why would I have any idea about that? The two of us aren't connected in any way at all.
I don't know what exactly the connection is between you and Sean, but I know for certain that it exists. You've as good as told us that it does. Please, Judge Gavel, you have to help us try and find him.
Help you? That would never be allowed.
By whom? The goddess of justice?
By the one person who knows where he is.
At last, the puzzle pieces are finally starting to fall into place. I know why you're so reluctant to tell us anything about your relationship with Sean. Admit it, he's been kidnapped, hasn't he? Judge Gavel, I need you to tell me the truth, all of it.
Very well. This time. I will tell you everything. Your intuition was correct. Sean has been kidnapped.
I knew it. But why does that have anything to do with you?
That is... Sean is... He is my son.
What? Well, we may not have found out what she and President Wang were talking about. We found out something just as important. Sean has been abducted. Not exactly the endgame I was expecting, but that's checkmate nonetheless.
What? You're Sean's mum, Judge Gamble? No way. Come on, you're too young. It's true. I am Sean's mother. Look.
Magazine clipping.
Article about Sean. You're always carrying this with you? Yes, everywhere I go. I guess you could call it a kind of talisman.
That certainly speaks to the bond between them. And you're sure he's being kidnapped?
Unfortunately, yes. I received a phone call from the kidnapper just before the trial began.
Did they make any demands?
Only one. That Fifi Lagarde be found not guilty.
Well, that certainly explains what we saw in there.
And without any, you can't charge me with anything. Isn't that right, Verity darling? It is. Without the items in question, the prosecution's case against the defendant cannot proceed. As such, this court hereby declares the accused, Fifi Lagarde, not guilt.
That's why you came so close to declaring her innocent.
I have failed in my duty to the law. I am a judge. I cannot arbitrate with impartiality and make a mockery of justice. And yet I tried to force through a ruling based on nothing but my own self-interest.
Judge Gavel.
Goddess must be furious with me. I just couldn't do it. Couldn't sacrifice my son on the altar of justice. Couldn't remain impartial when it mattered most. Of course you couldn't. Are you crazy?
Okay.
No parent could just give up on their child like that. That makes the goddess of justice mad, then I'm sorry, but she's wrong. If she really thinks that way, then she's the guilty one. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes. Declaring the goddess guilty. That's bold. Kay is right. As I told you, though we all serve the law, we are also only human. None of us could, or should, be expected to sacrifice a child for the sake of a verdict.
Thank you, both of you. But the trial must continue. There is no escaping that.
Runner, there you are. It seems it is time.
Judge Gavel. My dad was a prosecutor. He was? Yeah, he used to work in a courtroom just like you do. And I was thinking about what he would have done if he was in your position right now. If a prosecutor were forced to insist that a suspect was guilty, they would... I know what he would have done. Anything, that's what. He would have done anything to get me back. He would? What I'm trying to say is, you can trust us. What do you mean? To get him back. To snatch him from the jaws of danger. I'm the second Yatagarasu, and if you agree to trust me, I promise I'll get him back for you.
The thief who steals only the truth, and perhaps one or two other things. Well, Judge Gamble, what do you say? Will you trust the great thief to steal back that which matters most to you?
Mr. Edgeworth.
I'd like to help too, if that's all right with you.
Thank you. I know I'm in no position to ask this of you, but please, please, see that he comes home safely. Oh, we will. Don't worry, you can count on us. Here, take my cell phone. The kidnapper may call again.
I'll get it back, along with your son, I promise.
I'll do everything I can to draw out the trial. But I don't imagine I can give you more than about 2 hours at best.
2 hours. That gives us until 2 p.m.
Please, I'm counting on you.
And here I thought the great thief was on sabbatical.
Well, hold on to your hats because she's back in business. Alright, let's do this. First commission, can't afford to mess it up.
In that case, we'd better start looking right away. Where to begin? Where the heck did he go? Maybe he just went home.
You're right, they won't be doing any filming today after all.
Sure, or maybe he went on the lam. Perhaps we should see if Sean left any clues behind at the big building.
Hey, what are you doing giving orders? This is a great thief operation. I'm in charge now.
Is that so? Then what am I?
You're my assistant. First assistant to the great thief Yatagarasu. Talk about an honor.
I've been relegated to thief's assistant.
Alright, let's go to work. Team Yatagarasu, move out! Alright, here we are. Ready? On 3. Just follow my lead. You'll be fine, okay?
What exactly are you talking about?
Even in the depths of night. Hey, your turn. Keep up, will ya?
Are you making me do this?
Because the great thief Yatagarasu just arrived at the scene of the crime, dummy. How is anybody supposed to know that if we don't announce her appearance?
You may be a thief, but I most certainly am not.
Fine, do it on my own. Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight, one alone soars to shine, the light of righteousness on the world's blight. And that one is me, for I am the great thief Yatagarasu.
Very much aware of who you are, thank you. Now shall we go on with this investigation?
No fun at all.
We don't have time for fun. If less than 2 hours. In fact, we'd better get started.
Alright. Alright, well we have the photo. Let's show it to a few people to see if it jogs any memories.
This bus must be for moving the cast and crew around during filming. I believe they call it a sight bus.
Well, it sure is a sight for sore eyes. Sight bus, bright bus, super rare sight bus, 3, 2, 1, gonna drive you through the night bus. Come on, little sight bus. Get your motor running. You're the type of bus that I could have a lot of fun in.
Certainly wouldn't say no to a nice peaceful bus ride home right now.
Sean, you in there? No sign of him here either. Kinda thought that basket on the back of the truck there looked suspicious.
He's not wrong, it does.
What are you doing, Mr. Edgeworth? Why are you touching the truck?
The engine's cold, which means it's been here for a while.
No way. You can tell just from that?
And if it's been parked here a while, I guess the driver might not be nearby either. You don't really have time to stand around waiting until they get back.
Really, that's it, huh? I wish I could remember.
It's enough of the area around the big building. Let's take a closer look. This is the big building itself, so that's where we are right now.
Kinda cool looking. I still can't bring myself to like it.
Not surprised. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if you never wanted to come here again.
When this is all over, when we have the whole case wrapped up, can we maybe come here just for fun? You can bring Gummy too.
You don't let the past drag you down, do you? It's an admirable quality, I guess. Let's think about that later, shall we, Kay? Cakes isn't over yet. Can't afford to start making plans for when it's done.
Have fun. Fine, then let's hurry up and solve this little mystery, shall we? The Sundown Sanitation Plant. What do they do? Make cleaning products there or something?
Sadly not. I think they just incinerate all the garbage the trucks bring back. By the way, Kay, you seem a little antsy.
Oh, it's nothing. Hey, did you see up in the other corner of the map? There's another garbage facility.
Indeed there is. I imagine it probably fulfills a slightly different function. There seem to be quite a few such facilities in the area.
Yeah. Hey, the place is littered with them.
Really? That's what you were so excited about. Third-rate pun. There's a garbage processing facility right next to the fishing port here.
Do they process garbage? They pull out of the sea or something?
I guess they might, but I doubt that's all they deal with.
So what else? Oh, like garbage that washes up on the shore? Shells and fish bones and stuff? Well, who throws that stuff in there in the first place, huh? They should be ashamed of themselves. Didn't they ever hear of recycling? You could make earrings and necklaces and yay! Yeah.
Let's maybe talk about this another time, shall we, Kay? Sunshine Coliseum. They hold all kinds of events there.
Yeah, I wanted to go to the World Thief Symposium, but they cancelled it this year. It was so cool. Thieves from all over the planet, all gathered in one place. I mean, there was that thing where they arrested pretty much everybody who attended, I guess. And some people did say the whole thing was just a trap by the police.
And yet you still wanted to go.
I don't really buy into all that stuff. But they do say the light from the sun in the morning gives you more wrinkles, right?
And why are we talking about this?
Why do you think? Because they called it Morning Tan Park.
I'd certainly like to bask in the morning sunshine without a care in the world right now. Oh, hey there, pal. What the long facer? Ever think you ought to maybe line up a little? Did you take on any passengers here this morning? Tells a which way I'm pointing at. You bet I did. Just the one fare, mind you. And who was the passenger? Two guys, in these black suits. Real sharp looking. Did they have a boy with them? This boy.
This boy?
Nah, like I said, just the two of them. Alright, never mind. Thank you for your help. Thought we might be onto something there, but no luck. I asked if they had any luggage. Oh, hey Mr. Edgeworth. Long time no see. Wait, you're... This is Will Powers. He's an action star I met on an old case. He's also the man behind the mask of the one and only Steel Samurai. Long time no see indeed.
Nice to meet you. I'm Kay Faraday, Frank Thief. Mr. Edgeworth has been working as my assistant.
Good to meet you. But thief? Well, Mr. Edgeworth has been assisting a thief? Let's not worry about that for now. I'd like to ask you about what happened this morning, if that's alright. Sure. I don't know if I can be of much help to you, but sure. So he'll be one of Sean's work colleagues. I guess we better just dive right in. I heard you were investigating this one, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, yes. But I'm not the prosecutor in charge, of course. But if your case here is assistant, I guess this is her case? No, that's simply...
I can see you're an intelligent man. You're right, of course. I'm in charge of this one.
Don't encourage her.
Alright, I'll need you to give me straight answers. First of all, this case. Have you noticed anything weird? Perhaps you could give me your impressions?
That's supposed to sound like me. My impressions? I guess my main concern is, no offense to the victim at all, but is it all over for the production? We done? I can't help but worry. I think it's probably safe to assume that you are, at least for now. Right. Oh, I knew it. What a bummer. We don't have the location for much longer either. Because you were due to finish shooting soon. No, because they're due to start building. That lot won't be empty for long. They were letting us use it while they got ready to make a start. I guess the plan was to shoot the rest on a lot back at Global Studios. Oh, I've been so worried about everything. What with people spreading all those rumors too. Rumors? Yeah, this journalist keeps coming around. You all been hiding real monsters on that there set of yours. You all can't do that, I'm gonna expose you all. She's always saying stuff like that. I think I know exactly who this journalist might be. Yeah, the photographer, right? I thought you maybe knew her.
You're not, are you? Hiding real monsters, I mean.
Oh, are you kidding? If they had real monsters to call on, I'd be out of a job. So you've all been working hard on the movie? Yeah, the first time I've been on a reboot of an old series. This one's been a real challenge for me and everybody else over at Global Studios. If only they'd put this kind of energy into making a new Steel Samurai show or something. What role are you playing in this one? Me? I'm Tyrannosaurus himself.
No way. So you're the star?
Well, not quite. I'm in a costume, see? My face won't ever appear on screen.
Really? Still, that's pretty amazing. Wish I could wear a costume like that. You think I could try it on sometime? I'd settle for just climbing inside one of the horns.
Oh, I'd love to, yes, but that's not how it works. You can't really climb inside that part.
Oh, I get it. Because I'm an outsider, right?
That's not the issue here at all, okay? Can I ask you a couple of questions about Sean? Sean? Oh, sure. Then he told me what happened. He just disappeared, right? Sounds like him.
Does he do that a lot?
Yeah, kinda. If we take 5 mid-shots... If we take 5 mid-shots, you look around sometimes and he's just gone. Do you have any idea where he might have headed off to? Sorry, no. I didn't see him leaving the set, though.
Huh? You did? Where was he headed?
He got on the site bus. I was checking some equipment over by the time... By the time I looked back up, he was gone. A site bus. Wonder if he left any clues behind. Do you mind if we take a look inside the bus, Mr. Powers? Oh, sure. You'll have to excuse the mess, though. Alright, let's see what we can find. Very good day to you, Prosecutor Edworth, sir. I'm not a prosecutor anymore, but he doesn't need to know that, I guess. Good day to you too, officer. Can I ask why you've been posted here? Me? Oh, I'm just keeping an eye on things. Excellent. Then perhaps you can tell me if any vehicles have come in or out of here this morning. None, except the taxi and that blue truck over there, sir. Only 2 vehicles have come in or out. That could be useful to know. There's an array of filming equipment here. Are you getting ready to shoot something? No, nothing scheduled for today at this location. It's just... Case has gone missing. Case? What is he talking about? Yeah, all that stuff there is normally stored inside a large case. I look away for 5 minutes and it's wandered off somewhere.
Sounds like there's a thief around here.
What exactly was taken? Just the case as far as I can tell.
Why only take that? I would have been more interested in what was inside it myself.
I guess whoever took it must have needed the case more than its contents. Did they need to put something in it? Where would Sean have been sitting? Sean? Oh, that's his seat with the backpack on it. There's something poking out of it. A videotape. Oh, we use those when we're shooting. Oh, would Sean have one? Wait, there's something he wanted to record. Well, was there something he wanted to record? This could be a clue. Do you have a way for us to check what's on the tape? Sure, there's a couple of monitors set up right over there. Alright, hit and play. Sean, is he rehearsing his lines?
Sean was there on his own, running his lines.
There's a clearly visible footprint right there, which means this must be from last night. Yeah, he does this sometimes, but when he's not happy with the scene, he borrows the equipment and goes over it on his own time.
Wow, he's really dedicated, huh?
Sure is. He may be young, but he takes his craft seriously. Gotta admire it. Well, that part of it at least. The using the kit without asking part, not so much. And he would have been able to use the equipment on his own. Sure, if all he wanted to do was shoot something pretty basic.
Huh?
What is it, Kay?
Where did Sean?
Where did Sean go?
Ran off somewhere.
I just left the camera running. Stopped. I guess he ran out of tape.
And that's all that's on there. John's rehearsal.
Half past midday already.
You think Judge Gavel and the others are doing okay?
I'm not sure. How long is it realistically possible to drag out proceedings, I wonder?
We have to find Sean.
Indeed we do.
Ugh, heck. Not like that, dang it. Now you think we're gonna get a scoop like that? Sorry, Chief. My bad. How many times I gotta say it? These scoop fiends, wild critters that survive on scoops and scoops alone. Every second we ain't scooping, we're starving, and Scoop will die out here. Yes, Chief.
Well, look who it is. Although I can't help but wish it wasn't.
When did those two get here? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. We should go talk to them.
Should we? Ugh, fine. Miss Lloyd calls you Chief, doesn't she?
Sure does, 'cause that's exactly what I am. He's my #1 club reporter. Seems my unique brand of shutterbugging caught her eye, so she came to me to learn the trade. She may be a scribbler, not a snapper, but the both of us are hungry for scoop soup 24/7. And besides, who doesn't want to be called Chief, right?
Miss Hart's pictures were what drew Miss Lloyd to her. I suppose it's no surprise that this particular chief attracted an apprentice with such unique tastes.
Sure, she didn't score no big stories just yet, but she's hungry. Boy, is she hungrier than me even.
Let's remember that for a second. God, I hate when things bug me.
And she wants a Tyrannosaurus exclusive better than a corner who wants a chicken. She's been turning this place upside down all day looking for leads. She has? Maybe she knows something about the kidnapping. I think we should ask her, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth?
Agreed. We need all the help we can to find Sean. I can think of one piece of evidence that might encourage her to tell us what we need to know. So, now that the story of the underground auction is in the bag, what's next?
Come on, as if you even need to ask. Tyrannosaurus, that's what. They done dropped him right in my dang lap. Snuck in upstairs to cover the auction. And then he shows up right on the doorstep and stomps big old footprints everywhere for good measure.
Do you have a particular news outlet in mind for this big scoop?
Does the bear do his business in the woods? Got me 2 or 3 in mind. They'll be all over this like a rash. Heck, there's even one right here in the big building. Tabby and me, we're in and out of there all the time. I mean, mostly on account of how fond they seem to be of throwing us out on our ears, but still.
Sounds as if they're both more out than in.
Well, if it ain't my good friend Ruffles, good to see you all again.
And you, Miss Lloyd, but how come you're here, if you don't mind me asking? Miss Lloyd, the accusation of murder made against you was of course entirely groundless. But the fact remains that you were a willing participant in the staged assassination attempt. The police will no doubt wish to speak to you about the matter. You should be aware that you may well be punished for your actions.
Well, they kinda dropped the whole case out of nowhere. picked me up and shipped me home without so much as a slap on the wrist. Guess it was their way of saying, you keep up the good work now. They did seem kinda keen to get me to never ever mention the whole thing ever again, though.
Yes, because you weren't part of the official story, or the attempt on the president's life. They can't afford to have you getting in the way of that.
Mr. Edgeworth, telling Tabby not to talk is like trying to stop a dam from bursting with a piece of tape.
Not exactly the most delicate way of putting it.
Read up the whole thing, of course. Every last detail, plus a few of my own. Handed it into the paper, all hopes all high and all. But nothing, not a peep.
Somebody putting pressure on them, or were the details you added a little too gratuitous, perhaps? Those seem equally plausible, unfortunately. What are you doing here at the big building? Are you reporting on something?
Yeah, maybe I didn't make this clear enough the first time we met. But you want a reporter to scratch your back, you gotta scratch yours first, if you catch my meaning.
You mean you want me to give you something you can use for an article?
Bingo. That better be good. Because if it ain't, this conversation's over.
You need to know about what might have happened to Sean. Yeah, perhaps I could show her a piece of evidence and see if she has anything to give me in return. What piece, though? Miss Lloyd, this picture.
Say no more, Ruffles. I already know what you're gonna ask.
Oh, you do?
You're looking for him, right? The kid?
What?
You just can't get out from under the drama, huh? Wherever he goes, the bodies follow. Miles Edgeworth, trouble magnet. Pretty much sums you up, right?
Is my reputation really so sordid?
Now you done got yourself wrapped up in a kidnapping too. Crazy. Huh? How did you know about that? Shh, pipe down, will ya? Can't be talking about this stuff too loud. Ain't even told the chief about it. Gotta keep it on the down low, okay? That ain't a cat I want out of the bag just yet.
Seriously, how do you know about it? Only Judge Gamble hasn't told anybody except us.
I bet you just love to know, wouldn't you? Well, we can't. It's a secret.
He's as stubborn as ever, it seems.
Hey, it's staring at me like that. I ain't sharing nothing with that thundercloud of a face. So, you know something, right? Sure do. Truth is, I done saw it. Little kid being bundled up by two shady characters in black suits. What? Do you know where they went? Nope, don't got a clue. They was kinda far away when I spotted him. Lost sight pretty quick. Dang it. Still, at least we know something about our kidnappers now.
Yes, 2 men in black. I'm sure this is right. I know what I want to say, but you ain't gonna let me say I. Fine, go. So we've learned a little something about the kidnappers. Miss Lloyd saw two men taking Sean away, and the taxi driver remembers giving two similar-looking men a ride.
They must be the same people, right?
I'd say it's a distinct possibility, yes, but there's one thing that doesn't make sense. The taxi driver said specifically that the two men didn't have a child with them.
Oh yeah, that is weird.
Could it be that the kidnappers who stole the case? Could it be the kidnappers who stole the case?
Wait, you mean
Yes, what if they put Sean inside it?
he's little enough that he'd fit, I'd guess. So the reason the taxi driver didn't see him,
Might be that he was loaded into the trunk as baggage.
but why did they need to hide him?
I imagine they might not have planned to originally, but they didn't count on there being a police presence here in the plaza.
Right, that makes sense. They didn't want the officer on duty to see them going off with Sean.
So they took a rather drastic measure.
That must be it. Alright, let's go see what the taxi driver can tell us.
The two men you told us about, did they have any baggage with them? Boy, did they. Giant case. Wasn't easy getting that thing in the trunk, I tell you.
That settles it. They must have been the kidnappers.
Where did you take these two men, if you don't mind me asking? Look, I can see this is important. How about I give you a ride there?
That's a great idea. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth.
Right, thank you. My pleasure, folks.
Did he have to drive that fast? You're kinda queasy. You okay, Mr. Edgeworth? You look a little green yourself.
I'm fine. The driver said he took the men to the garage of this house right here.
Which means this must be where they brought the case. No way. Look at the name on the mailbox.
A name? What? Excelsius winner?
This must be that chairman guy's house.
Excelsius winner ordered Sean's kidnapping? Isn't he currently under arrest?
Nice. The garage door is unlocked.
Spotted that quickly, although I guess I probably shouldn't be surprised. Smells of engine oil in here. I guess Winner Senior must be something of a motorhead.
Anybody home? Nope. Anybody?
What are we, Kay? Common house thieves?
You take that back. We're great thieves. Don't let me ever hear you say different. Have some self-respect, Mr. Edgeworth.
He didn't like that at all. Anyway, it seems nobody's around, which hopefully means we're not at risk of being arrested.
Don't let your guard down yet. We're only just getting started here. Now, let's find us some treasures.
Aren't we supposed to be looking for Sean? I think we know what this is. Yes, this has to be it. The equipment case that Mr. Powers told us was stolen.
They folded little Sean up, packed him in there and shipped him all the way here, huh?
He's a boy, Kay, not a piece of equipment. And it's possible that he's still here.
Then we better find him. My reputation as a great thief is riding on this, and yours as my assistant.
Sure it is.
Look, a treasure!
These are mechanics' gloves. They're designed to be worn when fixing vehicles or working with machines.
They're covered in oil that looks like it must be from a machine too.
And strangely dirt, An awful lot of dirt. I doubt they would have gotten like that from motorcycle maintenance.
I hate the guy, but I have to admit, I like his gloves a lot. You think we can maybe come up with a good excuse to, borrow them?
I was about to take them into evidence, but well, I'm not so sure that's a good idea.
Yeah, can't look around them. Okay.
Look at these huge bags of flour, Mr. Edgeworth. If we had some water on a rolling pin, we could make us some delicious fresh noodles. I like them nice and firm, don't you? You have to boil them just the right amount.
That's not flour, Kay, it's cement. Mix it with water, it will become very, very firm indeed.
Really? Wow. Mint noodles. Those would probably kinda stick in your throat, huh?
Just a little, Kay, just a little.
No way. This bike is super cool. There's even a skull over the headlight.
I suppose it's designed so that the eyes light up when you turn it on.
Really? Wow. I bet it's still nothing compared to when you get that steely glint in your eyes.
My eyes don't actually light up, Kay. There's a sledgehammer, a shovel, and a bunch of heavy-duty tools here. Other heavy-duty tools here. Blech.
That thing makes Judge Gavel's hammer look puny. If I ever become a judge, I'm getting one like this.
I doubt you'd make yourself very popular swinging one of those around in a courtroom.
Really? Fine. What if I swung that shovel around instead?
Then it would be a courtroom. And it wouldn't be a courtroom, it would be a circus. Promise me you won't do that. Ka-thunk. Huh?
Somebody in the back there.
Sean, is that you?
Sean, stay right there. We're coming. Huh?
That's... But, Mr. Winner?
What? What's he doing here? Wait, this is Chairman Winner's house, right? Which means...
Yes, it's Mr. Winner's home too, presumably. How did he wind up like this? On time, Kay, quickly.
An expert rope worker. Leave it to me. Right, like this and through here and you're free. Are you okay, Eustace?
Looks like he's been through hell. How did you come to be tied up down here?
I don't know. You found me. Why didn't you tell me?
Because we don't know, which is why we're asking.
I'm not sure you're going to be able to get much out of him like this.
No, in which case... There's only one thing for it.
Wait, you mean...
I hate to beat a man while he's down, but it might be the only way.
Are you sure? Look, don't go too hard on him, okay? You might push him over the edge.
Understood. I'll tread carefully, I promise. Though I can't promise I'll be very good at it. I've never held back against my opponents before, after all. The last time we saw him, he was running out of the courtroom. How did he wind up here?
Chest again.
Fine.
You don't understand. You don't know what it's like being me.
He's been through a lot. It's going to be hard to know what might cause him to lose control. In which case, I guess I may just have to quietly listen to what he has to say.
Why me? Why am I always the last one to know? Part of every joke.
Clearly has questions. I'll have to do my best to try and answer them. He's also clearly in no fit state for this. I'll need to try and finish this quickly. I should figure out what he needs to hear and try to calm him down. Take a deep breath and tell me what's on your mind, Eustace.
No, I will not. Even if I did, it's not like you'd listen to me. What is this? Objection! Why aren't you shouting objection? You always shout objection. What? You really gonna listen to me?
Learning the truth about your father can't have been easy. I can only sympathize.
That wasn't the hard part. The hard part was losing everything I ever had in a single morning. Everything I thought I worked for was all a lie. That just made it happen. So tell me, Edgeworth, what am I supposed to believe in now?
Believe in how annoying fucking Mindchess is. You can't lose faith in everything, but you can lose faith in everything but yourself. That you have to believe in. But you don't have to do it alone. Experience I can't give you, but knowledge that I'm happy to offer.
I had some time to think while I was tied up like that, and I realized something. I'm not cut out to be a prosecutor. I'm incompetent. Don't even know the right word. Why are you ignoring me? Is this some game of yours? Are you trying to make me feel even worse?
No, calm down, please. Seems I chose the wrong moment to stay quiet. He's crying so much it's making him hard to read. Is he sad? Angry? Cries either way, so it's impossible to tell. I'll just have to ignore his tears and concentrate on what he says. First, I'll have to reload to go back to where I was, because I'm going through all that again and again and again and again and again. Felt I should have gone with that one, but I think the word you're looking for is incompetent. But judging one's own competence is notoriously difficult, so I need you to trust me on something. You're getting better at this, Eustace. Day by day, inch by inch. I swear it. Now, I need to ask you something. Will you hear me? Will you help me out?
Sure. What do you want to know?
Well, first of all, thank you for calming down. Next, I want you to tell me about your kidnapping. I need you to be as detailed as possible, Eustace. Tell me everything you remember seeing and hearing. Why would somebody kidnap you only to take you back to your own home?
Don't think I want to know that too. I'm the victim here. What are you asking me for? How am I supposed to know? They locked me up in that box. They locked me up in here. I was scared. So scared.
And did you happen to overhear anything your kidnappers might have said?
I think one said, if you want to blame somebody, blame the guy who owns this house.
They kidnapped the wrong bloody person. The owner of this house? That's your father, isn't it?
It is. I guess it is. Huh. Oh, I get it. The kidnappers were people who ain't my dad.
That's not it. At least not based on what else we know of the situation. There was some kind of link between the kidnappers and Winner Senior. That could be a clue. Do you have any idea who your kidnappers might have been?
No, of course I don't. If I did, I'd have told you already.
Time to deploy my clue. Your captor wanted you easily at hand, and where could be more convenient than one's own home? I hate to break it to you, Eustace, but the kidnapping was ordered by your father.
What? You don't think he wanted me out of the way? That he was going to kill me?
What good would that have done him? His own son, dead in the family garage, he would instantly have become the prime suspect.
You're right. Okay, so why did he have me kidnapped?
And it won't have been for a ransom. Not his own son, that wouldn't make sense. So his motive for the kidnapping must have been something else. This could be an important clue. Do you have any idea why somebody might have wanted to kidnap you?
What do you mean? Why does anybody kidnap anybody? For a ransom, right?
Why would somebody kidnap their own child if they were planning on demanding a ransom?
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Did anything odd happen during the kidnapping?
No, they just answered their stupid questions, and then they grabbed me.
Their questions? What did they ask you?
Stop glaring at me like that. What was it again? Oh yeah, they asked me if I knew Gavel.
Of course, things are starting to fall into place now. Your father, his goal wasn't to kidnap you. He was out to kidnap Judge Gavel's son, Sean Fenn, because he wanted to force her honor into declaring Warden Lagarde not guilty.
Wait, Gavel has a son? And it was also Lagarde would be found not guilty?
I think you were mistaken for Sean, and that's why you were kidnapped.
What? You mean I went through all that by mistake? Oh wait, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, that would explain the part where...
Where what? Have you remembered something?
No, it's nothing. I'm nothing. I'm useless. Meaningless. Just go. Just leave me alone.
This isn't good. I think I pushed him as far as he unreasonably be pushed. To calm him down and get him to tell me what it was he just remembered. Judging by his fragile demeanor, I'd say he's still suffering considerably. I need to help him get back on his feet. There's only one freaking choice. You remembered something just now. What was it?
I didn't remember anything. All I remember is him.
I fucking hate the time limit. No, that ain't right. His father. Him? You mean your father?
No, I didn't mean to bring him up. I'm nothing compared to him. I'd never have made Prosecutor if he didn't help me.
I've been wanting to ask about that for some time. Why did you become a prosecutor?
What do you mean? You think it too, don't you? That I wasn't meant to be one? That I'm not good enough? Say something, will you?
You chose this path. Why? You must have a reason.
It's not like that. There's no big reason behind it all. Reason is stupid and dumb and not important.
Yeah. What he was gonna say. Nothing else. Whatever.
Like I said, it's stupid. Probably doesn't mean much to anybody except me.
I've often felt much the same about my own reasons for becoming a prosecutor.
Really? You have? But you're a real one. A good one. Success. Even my dad, the chairman of the committee, said so.
You wanted your father's approval. I can well understand that.
You can? I thought if I became the best prosecutor out there, finally accept me for who I am. I just wanted to not be useless.
You're not. Covering for your father in any way, are you?
No, I won't cover for him ever again. I mean, why would I after what he's done?
You have a strong desire to be of use to him, so he'll approve of you. Is that fair to say?
I mean, why can't I be? Just once in my stupid life. Why can't I make it better? Why can't I clean his name?
It isn't possible to clean a name, Eustace, but you can clear one.
Huh? I never knew that.
In your father's case, though, it's going to be hard. His crimes continue, as your kidnapping shows. Knowing that, do you still think you can help him?
But what else do I have? What else am I supposed to do?
Why don't you be the better man, and rise above the father who made a fool of you? Stare him straight in the eyes and stop him from committing any more crimes.
Hey, you're right. Prove him wrong about me. Prove him wrong about everything.
Seems to have calmed him down again. Now I just need to get him to tell me what happened to the evidence. Let's see if I can't give him the courage he'll need to stand up to his father. Key pieces of evidence from the Lagarde trial failed to make it to the courtroom. As the prosecutor in charge, they were your responsibility. Did you misplace them somehow?
No, that's not what happened. You haven't heard my side of the story. I thought I was putting them in the safest place there was. But, oh, what do I do? What do I do?
I'll need a clue if I'm going to pursue this line of questioning any further. I should try another tack for now. What's the connection between your father and Warden Lagarde?
Sorry, I don't know much about that.
You can't think of anything? Even the smallest morsel could be a valuable clue.
Oh, I think maybe worked together once and...
And what is it? What else have you remembered?
I think she got the job at the prison because my dad recommended her.
Interesting. And did he have any particular reason to recommend her?
I guess he thought she was good at her job. Unlike me.
I don't think this is right. Oh, wait, no it is.
I think they knew each other from before when he was the chief prosecutor.
What was he like back then? Was he different at all?
Oh, he was amazing. There wasn't a piece of evidence he didn't know, or a case file he hadn't read.
An intimate knowledge of cases and the evidence pertaining to them. That could be an important clue. Seems he's drowning in his own self-doubt again. Guess I better send out a lifeboat and bring him in. I think I know what you thought would be the safest there. I think I know what you thought would be the safest place possible. With your father, isn't that correct?
He told me it would all be safe with him. He said there was nowhere safer.
Well, I'm afraid he betrayed your trust, and in the ugliest way possible.
So he got rid of it. Why, Dad? What were you thinking?
Your father wanted to obscure the truth in order to ensure that Warden Lagarde was declared innocent. There's no easy way to say this, Eustace. He used you.
What? Nah.
There's a chance that the evidence is still in Chairman Winner.
Interruptions.
There's a chance that the evidence is still in Chairman Winner's possession.
Still.
And we still don't know where Sean is. We need to get back out there and find him.
It's all my fault. What do I do now?
I can't stand by and watch him like this. He's had a brutal collision with a reality he never even knew existed. I should ask him what he means to do now. Perhaps I can even help him figure that out. There's no way around it. The road ahead will be a hard one. But maybe this is fate. Maybe my job is to point him in the right direction. Oh, what now, Eustace?
Well, first I'm gonna get this stupid jacket back. Don't deserve to wear it. My dad always said that clothes make you a man. No man.
I'm glad I know it's the same fucking text when they're wrong, so I know to just reload there and then, but still, it's annoying. Always make you a man. It's clothes make the man, Eustace.
It is? Thanks, Edgeworth. Learning a lot from you today.
That's good to hear. Now about that jacket. Why don't we make you into a prosecutor worthy of it?
Right, let's do it. Let's make it so nobody ever makes fun of me again.
Seems wrong too.
But how? How do I get there? Tell me, what do I need to do? I just don't know. Just don't know.
I need a clue if I'm going to pursue this line of questioning any further. Annoying. Don't know the tack for now. Do you mean to continue working as a prosecutor, Eustace?
I don't even want to think about that yet. After all, I only ever become one because of my dad. Probably shouldn't even think about carrying on, should I?
The only person who can answer that question is you.
Eh.
Only you can decide what path you choose to walk.
Then, I don't want to stop being a prosecutor. I give up now. Regret it for the rest of my life. I just know it.
He intends to see this through. I'll bear that in mind. Do you mean to be like your father? To continue to ignore the truth?
Come on, give me a break, will you? Can't a guy get a glass of human kindness when he needs one?
Right, now I need to correct him. Are you talking about the milk of human kindness? I'm afraid that's not quite how the phrase is used.
Huh? It's not?
Listen, talking with you like this, it's helpful for me too. There was a time where there were truths I didn't want to face up to either. But a good friend taught me the error of my ways.
That's nice. I don't have anybody like that.
If you could muster the courage to try to find your feet again, I'd be very happy to help.
You would?
But only if you really mean to try.
I don't want to be like my dad.
You want to be better than him, don't you? Yes, Eustace. I see it now. He's told me that he wishes to be better than his father, and that he wishes to remain a prosecutor. I take that to mean that he wants to be a different kind of prosecutor than his father. That's the first important decision he's ever made for himself, and it tells us where he means to go next. Shoot, I can't remember which one I use here. Going back over all this. Only he'd remember his own words from a few minutes ago. The decision he made should serve as a good guide as to what he should do next. You want to remain a prosecutor, but walk a different path from your father, correct? It won't be easy. But the path you have chosen is that of the true prosecutor. And now that you have chosen it, when the time comes, you'll know exactly what to do. You're lucky. I myself still haven't quite decided what to do with my life. But you have, and it's a choice you made all on your own. Now, all you have to do is believe in yourself, and in the path you've chosen. Mistaken for Sean and kidnapped by his own father's underlings. Losing his belief in himself as a prosecutor after his father stole his evidence. He's been through so much in the span of a single day, more than I can imagine. Well, it took a little longer than I thought it would, but that's checkmate. No.
Wow, I don't think I've ever seen him move so fast.
He's particularly speedy when it comes to running away from things, it seems. We don't have much time left. I think we'd better check in with Fender. He'll want an update on what we've discovered. And we need to know what's going on over there at the courthouse.
Eustace ran off, right? He's supposed to be the prosecutor in charge.
We're just updating Fender. Nothing else will change. Francesca will continue for the prosecution.
Okay. Not really alright, though.
Going to have to be. Like you say, Eustace ran off. Look, I hate to be a stickler for the details, but let's go over this just one more time, shall we? No murder weapon means no conclusive proof, means no conviction. That's all there is to it.
Objection!
That makes no sense. The lack of a murder weapon doesn't prove our client's innocence. Don't make me come over there and whip it into you. Eddie, darling, how much longer is this gonna take? It's almost as if you're trying to drag this out for as long as possible.
Sorry, thieves. It's our friend the prosecutor over there. He's stubborn as a freaking mule.
Then, give me a satisfactory explanation. Or I'll just have to keep whipping until you can.
Seriously, I've already taken more licks than I've had birthdays. Come on, Miles. What's taking so long? I'm happy to buy you some time and all. I'm taking a beating here. Sorry, G. This one's important. Mind if I take it?
Fine.
Fender? Miles Arena, boy! I'm ever glad to hear your voice. How are things on your end? We found Eustace. Sweet! And the knife and the chisel? Unfortunately, he entrusted both to his father's care. Which means that Chairman Winner is the only person who knows where they are. Chairman Winner? But why would he? We're not quite sure of the specifics just yet. But we do know that Chairman Winner and Warden Lagarde have some sort of connection they'd rather others didn't know about. Gotcha. Alright, guess the next move will be to get Excelsius Winner on the stand. Best to hear the deets from the proverbial horse's mouth, right? I'll keep looking for the missing evidence, and for Sean. Oh, shake a leg, really, big guy. Can't keep this one from going to the judges much longer. We're a gnat's whisker from a verdict here. Understood. I wonder how long Judge Gavel's nerve can hold. This can't be easy for her. We need to hurry.
What things over at the Courtroom of Doom?
They're going to call Chairman Winner to the stand. Who knows how that will go for them.
Yeah, he's already stooped to evidence stealing and kidnapping. What else is he capable of?
Exactly. Perhaps we should look over any evidence we have relating to him just in case it might help.
Good idea. Alright, leave it to me. Presenting a hot new piece of evidence fresh from the evidence oven.
The gloves we found in his garage. Yes, I was thinking about those. Anything else?
What about the case file from the IS-7 incident? Chairman Winner was involved in that, right?
Yes. He helped suppress the evidence. Probably a good idea to have the notes on hand. Excellent. Do we have anything else?
We sure do. Last but far from least, there's this.
Yata Garasu pin. Okay. I asked for evidence relating to Chairman Winner. Can you please try and take this seriously?
As the guy who spends his life presenting people with evidence that has nothing to do with anything.
That's different. Wait, that's Eustace?
Huh? Hey, what are you doing here? Rude. Totally ignored me.
What was he doing in the big building, I wonder?
Let's go inside and see if we can figure out what he was up to.
Yes, good idea. The hatch is wide open.
Maybe Eustace opened it?
Did Eustace really come down here?
Mr. Edworth, look! The safe, it's open!
I guess maybe he did come down here. We better take a closer look.
There's some stuff left in the safe.
I think we better take a look, don't you? The owner will just have to forgive our prying. Is that a document of some kind?
Let's see. Yeah, a document. And there's a photo attached to.
This picture, it's of...
Whoa, that's Mr. Knight, right?
Name's Bronco Knight. I'm the President's personal bodyguard.
Why is there a picture of him in here? And what's this paperwork about?
I'm not sure. Let's take a closer look. Alright, darling, there's some sort of connection between Knight and Canis. As you know, we've been trying to find out who Canis plays his silly correspondence chess games with. And now we know. I'll be pulling Knight into my office for a thorough grilling tomorrow. I'll make that worm admit he's Canis's lackey if it's the last thing I do. Now you do your bit too and retrieve the package we laid to rest 12 years ago. I'm sure it's still right in front of the planter where we left it. Seems to be some sort of report on Knight.
Yeah, and it must be from right around the time he was killed.
We know that Knight was killed while being interrogated in the prison warden's office. I think we can safely assume that this document was written by Fifi Lagarde, don't you?
I'd say so.
But who was it written for?
Oh, I guess whoever owns the safe?
And I'd say that's likely to be the auctioneer, Excelsius Winner himself.
Proof that they really did know each other.
Indeed, and not only that, it proves another connection.
Huh?
Lagarde and Winner were trying to flush out Mr. Canis's henchman.
Oh, you mean Brother Hammer Canis is right? An assassin? The assassin with the soft spot for dogs?
Yes. Something links the three of them. Something they don't want anybody to know.
Then what?
I don't know yet, but I suspect it has something to do with this case.
Wait, there's something else in here we've seen before.
Something on his finger.
Let's take a closer look, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a ring, an expensive looking one at that.
Don't even think about it, Kay.
What? I didn't say anything.
Well, Mr. Knight. Your chess set and your ring are here too. All your possessions in one place.
So basically the safe was full of evidence from the murder at the prison.
It would seem so.
Which means the missing knife and chisel might be here too. Knife, chisel, knife, chisel. No dice. There's nothing else here apart from Mr. Knight's stuff.
Really? Curses. Knight may be dead. Curse you, Edgeworth. Game isn't over yet. But he left unfinished business behind him. I think we need to find out what it was. Am I gonna check the secret compartment of the chess set? No.
They wrapped this box in chain so nobody could open it, huh?
Yes, as you can see.
So I wouldn't just need my ropecraft skills to escape. I need to learn some chain work too. I'll be a great thief these days.
Thief problems. Well, there's a type of quandary I'd never thought about again. Never thought about before. This is the transceiver the killer contacted us on.
This is Yadagarasu, repeat. Yadagarasu. Come in, Mr. Edgeworth, over.
What was that?
You've successfully infiltrated floor 51 of the big building, over. Transmitting my position now.
Standing right next to you, Kay. There's no need to transmit anything.
No way. You got here already? How did you do that?
I have no idea what you're talking about, but can we please get back to our investigation?
Press to regroup and reconnoiter duly received. Can do. Over.
Good, then let's get to it.
Roger that. Over and out.
There. The legs are 4 human figures holding up the table top in the center. Certainly bald.
And it would certainly keep you safe if you hid underneath it during an earthquake. Tons of stuff could fall on top of it and it still wouldn't break.
Yes, and then you'd be trapped in the company of these 4 strange fellows.
Oh, it wouldn't be me trapped under there. Great thieves mostly work outdoors. Nah, it'd probably be you down there trying to think of what to talk to them about. Why don't you get under there now and practice a few lines?
No, thank you. It's the money from the underground auction. Perhaps it would be better if Kay didn't see it.
Stealing money is kind of the big thing with thieves right now.
There are trends in thievery.
But don't worry, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm no fashion victim. I'm my own great thief. They broke the mold when they made this Yatagarasu.
I guess we'd better let her continue to believe that stealing money is the latest thing.
Look at this. Giant monkey head. And the monkey has a top knot.
The mascot of Global Studios. It showed up in a previous case of mine.
Oh, I think I've heard of him. Mr. Monkey. Yeah, that's it. Mr. Monkey.
Close, Kay, but not quite. I think you'll find it's Ms. Monkey.
That's so. Shame. Mr. Monkey sounds way cooler, don't you think?
I doubt there will be much point descending to the committee chamber right now.
Secret elevator, and a secret ladder, and a secret storeroom. Whoever built this place sure loves secrets, huh?
You certainly seem to. Do you think that's important somehow?
Sure do. Us great thieves love secrets too. We're almost as good at hiding stuff as we are at stealing it. But don't worry, I won't go to your house and hide your Persian slippers, I promise.
I don't even own any.
Let's see, that's 1, 2, 10, 100.
What exactly are you counting, Kay?
The zeros on this sign here. 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, a million? Oh, that's 2,400,000. 2,400,000 pounds? That must be the heaviest statue in the world.
Heavy enough that there would be nothing but a hole in the floor if that were true.
Doesn't take a genius to spot that there's something missing here.
Indeed. The German ninja mask you were found with. I hope the events of 2 nights ago aren't weighing on you too heavily, Kay.
Yeah, mask down here, cotton candy store up above. All we need is a Ferris and a rifle range, and we got ourselves a fairground.
Oh, that's what you were talking about. Seems I needn't have worried at all. Could I interest you two in some cotton candy, perhaps? I have ice cream too, but if I recall correctly, you weren't much of a fan. You! The killer! It's wonderful to see you looking so well, Mr. Edgeworth.
What are you doing here?
It's just as I said. I'm selling cotton candy. Can I really not interest you in some parting cloud, it's called? Very apt. Sweeter than death itself. And so delicious you'll feel you're parting the clouds en route to heaven. He's the last person on earth I'd accept candy from. I was hoping to ask you about my little message. Did you manage to figure it out yet? Congratulations on another case solved. Yet, I can't truly say it's been fully resolved. Can you? Have you been watching us this whole time? Watching you? No. I prefer to think I've been watching over you. The stand here really is the most marvelous little vantage point. How are the two things any different? What does he want with us? The President's murder. Was that you? Oh no. My contract elapsed a little while ago. He was rather famous among us assassins, you know. The man no one could kill. Notoriously stubborn, despite multiple attempts over the years. And it wasn't just his brawn that kept him safe. He used bodyguards, body double, you name it. It certainly wasn't his brawn that kept him safe. Sadly, this time his bodyguards were nowhere to be found.
After Mr. Brook died to save him too.
As I said, it wasn't me. I do not kill without good reason. Which is something else I have to be grateful to Mr. Rook for. Thanks to him, I avoided killing someone entirely unworthy of my attention. Thanks to... What does that mean? The person who hired me deliberately misled me as to the identity of my target. A betrayal of trust for which I won't soon give them. That is why I'm currently doing all I can to track them down. And do you know what I think? I think you and I are looking for the same person. Is he talking about whoever it was that killed the president? And who is this person, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, Come now. I can't tell you that. It's against the rule. Revealing the identity of a client is out of the question. I'd hardly stay in business long if people couldn't trust me now, would I? But that doesn't mean there's anything to stop me from catching up with them in my free time.
What are you gonna do when you find them?
Why, dish out a little justice for the betrayal I suffered, of course.
What are you saying? What's gonna happen to them?
I think you can imagine. Well, this hasn't exactly been a pleasant catch-up. But I shouldn't leave you completely in the dark. There's something you ought to know. Our mutual friend, Ardidahama Canis, he escaped 3 days ago. What? 3 nights ago, to be precise. His cell was suddenly simply empty. Almost as if he knew it was coming to pay him a visit. Wait, the killer went to visit Canis in prison? Does that mean he's the person the killer is looking for? Now, I'd better not take up any more of your time. We'll be seeing one another again soon, I'm sure. Let's both keep up the good work, shall we? We'll run our target to the ground in the end. First a killer, now Canis. 2 assassins on the loose. That sound.
Mr. Edgeworth, it's Judge Gaville's cell phone.
Could it be Sean?
Going, Miles.
Whoever it is using a voice changer. Who is this?
It's your friend in the red raincoat, of course.
Red raincoat? You're the one who abducted Kay. Bingo. Well figured out, Mr. Genius Prosecutor.
Can't hear, Mr. Edgeworth.
Sorry. There's a speakerphone button. I was as surprised as anybody when she lost her memory like that. Talk about a curveball.
Hey, I'm standing right here, you know.
Never mind all that. We're going to talk about something else. Yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Truth is, I was the one who made Big Bad Chairman Winner kill little Miss Rosie Ringer. What? This must be the person the killer was talking about. You're also called to say thank you. I neither want or need your thanks. Sure, but you deserve them anyway. Guess the penny didn't drop yet, huh? You're right. I abducted Kay, as you put it. But why would I do that? That's right. Because I needed you to help me make sure that Winner got caught. No. If Kay was a suspect, you'd have to look into it. And if you looked into it, you'd be sure to unmask him eventually. After all, you're a genius, right? Everything worked out exactly like I planned. Oh, but there's something else you should know. Something you didn't figure out yet. It wasn't Winner who kidnapped Judge Gaville's boy. You. How do you know about that? You and the good judge are more similar than you know. I think you might even be becoming friends. After all, she visited you at the detention center, right? Seems pretty pally to me. How could they possibly know about that? She didn't even use her real name when she visited. She pretended to be Detective Gumshoe. Anyway, you want to know how I know about the kidnapping? That's That's one nice and simple. That one's nice and simple at least. Because sweet, innocent little Sean is here with me right now. Whoa! No! Oh, sounds like that one was a real surprise. If only I could see your faces. Well, Kay, what do you say? Why don't you come and steal him back just like you said you would? You wouldn't want the amazing Yatagarasu's first commission to be a failure, would you?
Even know about that?
How can they possibly know so much? Oh, don't get the wrong idea about dear old Excelsius, by the way. Papa Winner's still a villain through and through. He wanted to kidnap Sean. I just got there first. And there were 2 kidnapping plots. Whew, what a bunch of clowns. His goons kidnapped his own son by mistake. Sean really there with you? Prove it. Put him on the phone. Oh, he's here, but I'm afraid I can't do that. He's sleeping. Oh, sweet. Then why should we believe you? You might not be the kidnapper at all. Look, if you don't want to believe me, that's up to you. What do you want? What's the end game here? Are you just trying to get Lagarde acquitted? Nope. I could care less about whether they find her guilty or not. So, whoever it is, they're not after the same thing as Chairman Winner. My end game is going to have to stay a secret for now. Alright, nice talking to you. You kids have fun, okay? Don't think for 1 second you'll get away with this. Oh, don't worry. I'm counting on you at least trying to track me down. It'll be half the fun. Not that I rate your chances of bringing me to justice very highly. Ugh.
Who was that?
I wish I knew. They didn't give us enough to figure that out. Deliberately, I imagine.
What, so we really have nothing to go on? It's not fair. Sean knew a whole lot about us.
Indeed they did. You're right, it was uncanny how much they seemed to know. Was it possible that they were party to so much that's happened but in private?
Right, they knew everything about the whole kidnapping situation too.
I need to figure out how. Where were they getting their information from? Let's consider this carefully. What were the things they knew? You and the good judge are more similar than you know. Think you might even be becoming friends. After all, she visited you at the detention center, right? Seems pretty pally to me. You wouldn't want the amazing Yatagarasu's first commission to be a failure, would you?
Even know about that?
Sounds like that one was a real surprise. If only I could see your faces. That's it. Based on the specifics they mentioned, there's only one possible answer. I've got it, Kay. I know how they knew.
Huh? Really?
Whoever it was, they were. They must have been able to hear us somehow. It's the only possible answer.
What, like they were eavesdropping on us?
Think about what the kidnapper said. Oh, sounds like that one was a real surprise. If only I could see your faces. If only I could see your faces. That means they couldn't, so they weren't filming or following us.
Okay, so... what, they had a bug somewhere? Let me take a look at the stuff in my bag.
Where could they have concealed it? Need to go back to what they said again. Yes, they somehow knew about something they shouldn't have. Judge Gaville's impromptu visit and our conversation in the visitor's room. Judge Gaville.
Please, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a seat.
What evidence did I have on my person at that point? The bug must have been hidden here.
Take that!
Kay, can I take a closer look at your badge?
The Yatagarasu pin? No, it's mine.
What?
Seriously, Mr. Edgeworth, sure you're a great thief's assistant now, but that doesn't mean you get to wear the pin right away. You have to earn it.
I don't want to wear it. I want to check it for bugs.
Huh? This whole thing?
Let's take a look, shall we?
Whoa!
Oh, I was right.
How did you know?
Whoever it is we're dealing with, they came into close contact with you recently.
When they knocked me unconscious, you mean?
Precisely, which made me think the bug must be in one of your possessions. But they also overheard my conversation with Judge Gavel when she visited me. Something that would have been impossible if I didn't have the bug on me, on my person at the time.
I get it. So you thought back over what they let you keep hold of when they knocked you up?
Yes, all the case evidence I was carrying had been confiscated, meaning the only thing it could possibly have been was your pin.
So they were listening to us this whole time, and they heard everything we said.
I suspect so. Everything to do with this case and more.
Wait, they're probably listening to what we're saying right now.
They may well be, yes.
Hey, jerkface!
Okay.
Eavesdropping coward! Why don't you come out and show yourself?
Huh? What was that sound?
Ouch, dang it! Huh? Oh look, it's Tabby! You'll sure know how to surprise a girl. Gotta shout that loud without a word of warning. Maybe jump halfway out of my skin. Oh yeah, sorry. What's got you so ornery anyhow? Get a load of this, seriously. I'll make your blood boil. Well, huh? I'm all ears.
I wonder if we might be better off keeping it to ourselves, Kay. Assuming we don't want to be all over the front page of tomorrow's paper, that is.
Oh, thanks. You walked right into that. Oh, come on. You're no fun at all. Counting when you open it up and spin the beans all over this here plaza.
I better switch off the bug before I forget.
So, did you all find that kidnapped kitty?
Speaking of which, the charge was all being taken away. Was it the boy in this photograph?
Nah, that ain't him. The kid I saw looked dumber and mud, even if he did have on some fancy school uniform. No prize for guessing who she means.
So Miss Lloyd managed to confuse matters once again. I think we'd better take another look around. Back to square one. Hopefully we'll turn up some new information soon. There are only 20 minutes left until 2. Are we going to make it in time?
Wait, Mr. Edgeworth, I just had a thought. It's about that phone call. There was a weird noise in the background, right?
There was. Don't think for 1 second you'll get away with this. Oh, don't worry. I'm counting on you at least trying to track me down. That'll be half the fun. Not that I rate your chances of bringing me to justice particularly high. Wait, she's right. We heard a loud bang right at the end. That provider hint us to the kidnapper's location.
Well, bang, you say. I see.
Will you stop eavesdropping?
Well, you'll never get any cuddlier. Oh, you never get any cuddlier, do you, Ruffles?
Guess I'll need to speak with Miss Lloyd too, much as I don't want to.
I'm gonna have to stop here because my jaw is aching something fierce. Can't keep voice acting. That is gonna be all for now. Let's finish up proper work. Why I need it to. Anyway, that will be all for now. We'll continue from here tomorrow. Now, bye.